Hi everyone, it's Denise from Denise Rich's Art and Design. I picked up these two wall art pieces at the thrift store and they were $7 each and no discount. So there were 4 of them, but I only chose to get 2. I thought they were a little overpriced. But the stickers did peel off easily and I removed the felt feet on the bottom as well. I also removed the beaded hanger so that I could redo that. I took it outside and used my orbital sander on the back to remove all of the adhesive, and then I gave it just 1 coat of Waverly chalk paint, and this is the color Plaster. Since it was already white, it covered easily. Since I'm going to be using a transfer on these, I've heard people on YouTube say that the transfers can pull up paint, so I decided to go ahead and seal at least this center part before I put the transfer on. And this is a matte sealer. This is a peony flower transfer that I got off of Amazon, and I've already chosen the design that I wanted out of the 6 sheets that came in the package. I'm mixing and matching a few pieces, and they were stubborn little transfers. They required quite a bit of elbow grease to get them to adhere to the plate. And here is the placement for the transfers on the second plate. It was mostly the script lettering in the background that was the hardest to adhere. I filled in a few of the empty spaces with additional pieces of text just to make it look a little more finished. I roughed up the transfer a little bit with some sandpaper just to make it look a little more aged and not brand new. And then I also distressed the edges of the plates. I think they're plates, I don't really know what they're called. A wall hanging, I guess. And then I added a final coat of clear finishing wax. I brushed it on and then I used a lint-free cloth to wipe off the excess. Now I want to paint these white beads that were attached to match the color of the paint I used, which was Plaster. And this was my system that I rigged up to be able to paint them. I just strung them up on some wire with painter's tape in between to keep them separated, and then I hung the wire from whatever I can find that would work. And now I'm going to create the tassel, which I have never done before. I had to watch several videos to figure out how to create the beaded garland with the tassel, and I will link the best one down in the description. I started by wrapping this jute around my fingers about 14 times, and then I took a separate piece and tied the top, and then I cut the bottom, and with another piece I wrapped it around several times to create the top of the tassel. And here I am just trimming the bottom so that it's even. And now I will string up the beads. First I cut a length about 2 feet long, and then I wrapped both ends with tape, and then I cut a diagonal to make it easier to string the beads through. Now I'm going to attach the tassel by stringing the extra piece through the head and then leaving enough on one side to tie onto the back of the plate. It actually took me a few tries to figure out how to get this to work. Since it's not a true garland, it needed to have a loop at the top and it needed to tie in the back. So it did work out, but it took a while. After stringing it through, I tie a knot at the top so that it stays in place, and then I string the beads through. Once I have them all on, now I need to string the jute back through and leave a loop at the top. That's what the paintbrush is for, so that I don't actually pull it through. Leaving a long enough loop at the top, I'm going to tie a knot so the beads don't slide off the top. Well, there's the completed tassel. Now I just need to attach it to the plate. The little tail that I left on one side, now I can string that through the plate and tie several knots in the back to secure it. Now with a comb, I'm just brushing it a little bit to fray the ends so it doesn't look new. And here are both plates finished hanging on my wall. Here's a look at all 3 projects, suitable for Valentine's Day or spring. Let me know which is your favorite project in the comments. See you next time!